Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's 6:35. I woke up probably about 15-20 minutes ago. I've gotten dressed slowly. I'm gonna plan on going outside, maybe grabbing some breakfast, and then starting my walk. I have about 18 kilometers to do today. It's about 12 miles, almost 12 miles, 11 to 12 miles. So I figure if I start early, I'll be done by noon. Once again, I'm going to go to the Caravan Park there, hopefully get a spot. If I don't, I may just walk on to Aberdeen and get a hotel tonight, but we'll see. Sleeping in the hotel helped me immensely. I slept last night. I did not take any sleeping pills or anything, and I fell asleep probably around 10:30. I slept till about 6. I woke up once or twice during the night, but I was able to sleep flat on my back, didn't twist and turn, and my chest feels much better today. I had been taking aspirin though, the Tylenol. I took 2 tablets last night. I just took 2 more. Now, I'm sure the ones overnight wore off though, but twisting and turning, it's tender, but it's not as painful. So I think it did me some good in doing that. So I think it was a good decision. Obviously getting some good food, some good rest. I basically sat around most of the day. I did go out briefly just to the store to get a couple of snacks, and I found a pair of headphones, which I'm going to be using. I wore them last night, tried them out. I don't know if they'll stay in my ears. That's why I like the hooks. But hopefully, maybe with the hat on or the bandana or something, they'll stay in there. So it's pretty early, but it's well lit outside. The sun's up already. I might try and get a bacon roll across the street. There's a Bothy coffee, which I guess is seems to be a chain. Because there seems to be a lot of Bothy coffees in several towns I've been in. So I'm gonna try and do that. I got all my stuff really packed up. I've lightened my load as much as possible. Not carrying the extra water. I also discovered a tear in my pants in the seat, probably from sitting down or going over something. Maybe it tore. These are the same pants, the gray ones that I'm wearing now, that I wore in the Sierras. So I know they've been over some rock. So they will not be making the trip back home with me. So I will probably wear them today. And then maybe tomorrow I will actually throw them away and wear my other newer pants, which are like a gray. And that'll also lighten my load by about 10, 11 ounces in the pack. I have another shirt, and I'll wear that for the final walk into Aberdeen. And maybe I'll buy a set of clothes there, and then I can wash these, and my clothes will be clean for the next couple of days and the trip back to America and the airport. So hopefully I won't offend people on the plane or in the airport. I'm just letting my stuff finish charging. The charging block is not fully charged. It's been sitting all night. I did have my phone plugged in, so it's just a slow charger. I wish I would have brought that power block now, but I'm glad I didn't. I made it work without it. But I should have enough power for the rest of the trip, for the next 2 days. Even without it, I have enough power to charge up my phone tonight. The watch is fully charged, should make it 2 days. My GPS I won't need to charge, and the MP3 player should be good for 2 days. So I think I'm good. So I'm gonna just unplug everything, finish wrapping up, and go see about that food, and hit the trail, and take an easy pace. I mean, I'll do what I usually do, but I know I don't have to really push the miles in order to make them today. I've done a lot of the work. I figured out how many miles I've done already. So last night, having nothing to do, I actually figured out all the miles that I've walked. And so far I've done 175.25 miles. So with the next 2 days, that'll put me in the 190 something mile mark, most likely. I think I might be just short of 200, but we'll see by the time I finish walking to the lighthouse and then back to the train station. I might be at the 200 mile mark. Maybe I'll let my thing go, because it's not part of the trip actually once I reach the lighthouse, but I do have to walk back to the train station and then take the train, and then from the train station I have to walk to the hotel, which is about it's less than a mile probably. So but I'll I'll be right in that range. So 200 miles was pretty accurate. I did do a couple of detours, obviously. Yesterday there was some construction detours, rerouting, and there's a couple of times that I have lost the trail and picked a different trail. And obviously Balmoral, I planned on going through, and I had to walk back and go around due to security, which I didn't plan for. The castle is open though, so I don't understand. But I guess they wanted to control you only can come in a certain direction, and the direction I was coming from was not permissible. So all those things have led to that mileage. So, but still, I'm pretty happy with that. Another thing, based on that, on the 11 days that I've been walking, I've done an average of almost 16 miles, 15.93 miles per day. So my average is pretty good, 16 miles a day. And I'm pretty happy with that as well. So that's what happens when you have spare time and nothing to do. You end up doing some math, or at least I do. I did watch a little TV last night. It was kind of hard because the TV reception here was intermittent. It kept on pixelating. I'm assuming it's digital and maybe the signal fades or whatever. Plus, to me, there's not a lot of TV that I like anyway. So I did watch the weather report. Today, it's going to be chilly. So once again, the weather report today it's about 50 degrees right now, 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's supposed to reach a high of just about 60 mid-afternoon. And there's fog out right now. So that'll burn off as the sun comes up and it warms up. And like I said, a 10% chance of rain. So it's pretty good. So I think it'll be pretty good weather to walk in, probably a little bit warm later in the day. But the idea is hopefully that I'll be at the next town by the time it gets really, really hot. But it'll probably still be in the upper 50s by the time I get there. So that's it. Let's get going. So I'm walking down downtown Banchory. None of the coffee shops back there were open already. I guess they don't open until 7 or later. I don't know. They were on the other side of the street. I didn't walk there. So there was another one here that I saw when I walked into town. I'll see. And if not, I'll just walk. It doesn't matter to me. But, well, it is 7 o'clock now. So I don't know what time they open up. Yeah, this place doesn't open up till 10 every day. I guess there's not much of a crowd for breakfast. And the Bothy Coffee House wasn't open either. I didn't even see the lights on or anyone inside, so obviously they're not open anytime soon. Making my way to the Deeside Way. So I started around 7 o'clock, probably a little after, a little before actually, I should say. So, and this is the walk down. I'm now leaving the main street and going toward the Deeside Way. So, gotta say though, that even though it's, what would be considered rush hour, I don't think they start as early as we do in the States or urban areas, but it's pretty quiet here. Car or truck, bus goes by, but other than that, it's peaceful. Very nice. And it's about 50 degrees, but it's actually quite comfortable once I'm walking now. If you stand still, there's a little bit of a breeze. It takes the chill in you. But as long as I'm walking, I'm good. There's a dampness in the air because of the fog, which does appear to not be as bad as it was the other day. So anyway, I've made it to the Deeside Way. And there's where the Deeside Way picks up. That's where I came from yesterday. I walked down here. The Deeside Way comes down those stairs you see in the distance. There's a set of stairs. Let me see if I can get it right there. And you come down, you walk down here, and then it turns here along this parking pavilion. So, and there's the marker. And we'll continue on our way. So this is a wonderful park, King George Park. I didn't see any monument or tablet anywhere telling you about the park, but I might be on the other side. Yesterday they were playing ball in the fields there and stuff, some soccer I saw, and I didn't see anything else, but I really wasn't paying attention. I was trying to figure out where I'm going. I finally saw a sign here for the Deeside Way toward the end. There's all these paths. Some of them letting you know they're private roads and stuff like that. But here's the Deeside Way, because there's this road going up. I was thinking that was it, but it's actually here. So there's markings. It just could be a little better marked at times, but with a map, and if you take your time, use a little bit of common sense, you're able to find your way. So here we are, Deeside Way leaving Banchory, or Banchory. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. I've heard 2 different pronunciations while I was here, from the lady answering the phone and the other guy in the hotel. So, but it seems to be a CH sound, like in chorus. So it's Banchory. And joined the river again now. I'm walking alongside the D River on the Deeside Way. And this is the path passing through a residential area on its way out of town. So I just passed a area with still railways. There's still train tracks, and there's a couple of cars. I'm assuming they're being preserved because there was some ramp next to them. It looks like you can walk up to them and view them. It was closed, but it looks like maybe it's open on certain days. And there is train tracks running alongside the Deeside Way here. Hard to see, but right there, there's train tracks. So perhaps there's still a section of train tracks available, and they take their trains out on certain days, on like a weekend or certain holidays, or they're at least preserving them and maintaining them for a future. I'm still walking along the Deeside Way. I'm assuming this was a train depot or station at some point. There's multiple tracks here, and it's very hard to follow the trail. I don't see any markings, but I saw this, and I just had to come here to think of the stories of the train tracks here and the people that would have been coming and going, and the history here. As I was walking, I saw a post with the number for the trail on it, 195, which is the Deeside Way. And it goes through this residential area. The trail, the original railroad was off to the left, but I guess over the years with the railroad being dismantled and then development, they've built up over here, and the original track has now occupied. So they have to make this, I guess, adjustment. So it looks like it goes through here, and then it's going to turn to the left. Here's a post telling you to go straight, and then it goes left back across where the railroad was, and then in effect you join it again. So after that little detour toward the right, it comes out to this residential area. Here you can see these are all newer homes, obviously not that old. And up ahead it's going to go back left again on this road toward where the original railroad was, and we'll pick up the track and continue on our way. And here's the next marker. It's on the corner of this major road, and it kind of takes a weird thing. It's very important to have a map, probably, because otherwise I think you get lost on this route. You could probably manage to get eventually there, but in a couple of these places, because of development, the trail is not in a logical path. So there's a roadside for the highway. Peterculter, 6 miles. Aberdeen, 14 miles. Unfortunately, very shortly after a brief walk along
the road there. We are at least going back sort of to a remote area away from the traffic, and the Deeside Way continues. The gentleman on the bike that's riding away is a gentleman I actually saw yesterday in the morning right outside the co-op when I was walking up the street, and he started talking to me. He did the TGO like 30 years ago, and right away he started telling me places to stay, which I did end up staying in one of the places he recommended, which I was heading toward anyway. There were 2 hotels there, and I ended up staying at the Bernard Arms. And here I am walking down the path, and he's riding his bicycle to work because he works in the town that I just left. So, but he obviously lives down here. And we just had a 5-minute conversation, and he said he saw another gentleman, and but we just talking about that, how much, how I'm doing, which way I'm going, whether I'm enjoying the walk and everything. So, what serendipitous moment, I guess. What's the chance of that? That here I am in a country I know no one, and I meet a gentleman yesterday, and then here I am, I see him again today. You know, just incredible. I don't know what the odds on that are, but they've got to be pretty small. So anyway, I'm just walking along the path, and I think about the people that would have traveled here, years ago, and all the people coming and going, the history here. It's just pretty impressive. I made a lot of videos on the way here today because there's really not much else to do. It's a pretty flat path. It's graded well because it was a railroad, and but it weaves in and out of residential areas because of urban sprawl and development over the years. So really is important to have a map probably to help you. There's a couple of places where there's signage, but like I said, you might miss it, or you might not inherently realize which way you need to go. So but it's doable. So, and obviously this video isn't about following the Deeside Way. But so far the TGO has been great. As you saw that sign back there, Aberdeen is well within striking distance for today, but I might just pace it out. I don't have a room, I don't have any reservation, and obviously going to a hotel will be more expensive than staying at Caravan Park. And it does break it up a little bit. Feeling a little better today. And enthused. There's more rabbits. There are rabbits everywhere. I've seen them pretty much every day, especially on the paths. They're all over. So you can see some more right there. If you look between the trees, and then I can see his ears up. So he's looking out over the field. Anyway, just having a great time walking, and it just puts back long before obviously cars and everything. This is what people did. You might have to walk to work every day, go get your groceries, and it still seems like in the small villages, that's what people are doing. You don't see big car parks, big parking lots. These small towns don't have, very big stores. They have little tiny stores, and the people walk, to go get their groceries and walk back. And I notice you see a lot of, maybe it's just I'm noticing it, I don't know, but it appears to be that there's a lot more older people, but they seem healthier because they're walking a lot more. I don't see quite as many people that seem to have difficulty getting around. They're still making it. They're still walking up and back to get their groceries and stuff every day. So. Well, it's now 9 o'clock. I'm coming up on just over 2 hours walking. Almost 6 miles, a little short of 6 miles now. It's quite chilly now. The sun has not come out, and the wind has picked up in this area here. It's open fields, so it's a little more windy, so it's a little colder. I've thought about stopping to put a jacket on, but I just continued walking. I'm thinking about it. If I find the bench, maybe I'll stop. Other than that, this has been the trail mostly for the last 30-40 minutes, except for that brief time I was in town. It was a couple of blocks where I walked along sidewalks of a residential area, and then it went back to this. But a nice walk. It's tree lined mostly. I've seen several people riding bicycles or walking their dogs, and a couple of joggers, but not too many now because I'm in between towns. Much closer to town, you see more people. most people aren't probably taking a very long walk. Okay, just came to a turn here. The trail goes that way toward where I'm going, and I believe that is the RV park, Caravan Park, that I'm hoping to stay at tonight. So I'm almost there. I've done almost 10 miles. So it makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's it. So it's 10:20 right now. Probably have at least another hour close to it to get to town, and then I have to walk to the RV park, which is further down the road. The trail will not go by the RV park. It goes to the north. So I'll have a little more walking to do. I'm gonna hope to stop off in town, buy breakfast. I did have a bar, one protein bar a little while ago. I'm holding off eating a lot of my other snacks because I'm hoping to get good food in town and not a protein bar. But it's been a nice walk. This part of the trail is actually a road as well. There are residences off of it. So there's been like 2-3 cars maybe in the last 20-30 minutes that have come by. Other than that, it's been the same. It's still quite cool and windy, so I'm still a little chilly, but I haven't stopped to take a jacket out, and as long as I keep moving, I'm pretty warm. Got about 1.5 miles, I think, to go, something like that. Probably about 25, maybe 30 minutes from town. And detoured off of the road now, and we're walking in between, looks like 2 fields, but it's a nice little track here, and this should take me for a while until I get closer to town. But at least we're not walking on road anymore, and I don't have to worry about cars. Okay, I'm in Peterculter, or more commonly, it's just called Coulter. Still walking along the Deeside Way. And I found from the information board back there that this was the last station actually to close in 1966. So it's been quite some time since the station closed and the line closed. So I've arrived at the road just about. I came out from the woods over here. It's a tree-lined path, and the sun is poking out. Feels good. Looks like the sun is going to make a brief appearance today. And I guess I don't have to worry about rain for a while. Country. Still rabbits everywhere. They're all over the place. I'm going to try and go to town, get food, and then walk down to the RV park. I believe the RV park is to the right, but I think most of the facilities, like restaurants and stuff, are to the left. So we'll see. Okay, I just checked into the Deeside RV Park, Holiday Park, whatever it's called. I forgot the exact name. It's Wood Leisure Deeside Holiday Park. And here's the map. So I just left the reception building here, and I'm going to go to here, to the tent spots, right by the pond. And I got a couple of things around me. There's a little game room, but this is where the bathrooms are. That's most important as well. So I'm just going to make my way over here to the pond. It's much closer than it looks like on the map. It's right over here. Let me turn you around. So, right here, there's a table there. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that table. I am not going to stay underneath the trees. I learned my lesson from the other day, and I'll camp out on the open here, especially if it's a duck pond. That means there's ducks around. If there's duck, that means there's poop. So I might actually have to move these ducks. So, oh, there's no trees over the thing. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. So this is looking like home right now. I'm going to set up my tent, and then unfortunately I have to walk back into town. Only food is basically in town, so I'll have to walk back, and that's probably about a mile walk or so, maybe longer. So I'll debate, but I probably will. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go in for like an early lunch, a late lunch, early dinner, and come back, and then I'll probably just have some snacks tonight. Okay, I finished setting up my tent. I went to use the facilities. Nice bathroom and showers. Everything's clean. Matter of fact, there was a gentleman in there cleaning it when I first arrived. Maybe I'll take a shower later. I'm going to go into town now. Unfortunately, it's about a 1.5 mile walk to a restaurant that's open now. A lot of the other restaurants aren't open until 4, but I don't want to wait that long. And I certainly I'm not going to walk 2+ miles to this tiny restaurant, but it doesn't open until 4:30. So it would be a 4.5 mile walk round trip probably. So I'm going to skip that. So I'm basically going to walk now to town. Going to see if I can get some soap so I can take a shower. And I'll get some food now. I'll eat. I'll just come back and snack later. Sadly, there's really no curb here. I'm just walking on the dirt, which luckily is wide enough for me to go on, and there's obviously a path that other people have gone before, but this is the side that people pass you on. So, if you trip and fall, potentially you can go into traffic. Be nice if there was a sidewalk, but there's not. So, do the best I can. It's around a curve too, so you can't really walk in the road. People may not see you if they're coming around fast. There is sidewalk up ahead, past the bridge. So I came this way originally when I first came here, but I cut in to the, there's an abandoned, probably a lodge or something that looks like it went out of business. It's in the process of being demolished. So I took the back streets, but I'll come this way in the future. This is where I went originally. So I went down the side street, and you can see there's a kind of like a curb, a little curb there. So, but I got about a 1.5 mile walk. There's a restaurant I'm going to head to and try and get hot food there. I have nothing really else to do for the whole evening, so I might as well take a slow walk into town, get food, and then come back. And that's what I'll do. So I figure I'll be back about 3 or 4. That's when a lot of restaurants are open. They're not open earlier. So the choices are limited right now. There's like only 1 or 2 restaurants open. And I'll try and get maybe some soap so I can take a shower, a small bottle or something. And that's it. And we'll go from there. Just had a steak pie and a half pint at the Plowman. And I'm going to stop over here at M&S and get some shopping. I'm going to get food for later. I think I'm going to get some dinner, so I won't be eating my dehydrated food. I'll get maybe some fresh food. The big decision now will be what to get. So I might try to get a little fruit, maybe something a little healthy. I've been eating a lot of bad food, but I've been walking a lot, so somehow I wonder if I'm going to eat too much today. But we'll see. I might skip the chips today. Get something else. Okay, I just left the market. Couldn't decide on what to get. I was all over the place. They have a lot of stuff, but it has to be cooked. Some Italian, pasta, things like that. I thought about getting like tortellini or pasta, but I ended up getting a ham and cheese sandwich, which I can eat cold, so I don't have to heat it up. I bought some mozzarella with tomatoes and oil with garlic and oregano, some seasoning, and I can just eat those cold as well. and I bought a Coke and an iced tea to drink and eat for later. I did buy some twists, but not chips, but they're salt and vinegar chip twists. So similar, but different. I almost bought some chicken or some like cold cuts, like ham and stuff like that, but I decided against it. Got watch out for turning traffic. So basically I got another half-hour walk back to the park, and then that's it. They did have soap there, but it was only a large bottle, and I didn't feel like buying a big bottle that I'm gonna have to carry, which is not a big deal because I could carry it, but I'm just gonna end up wasting it. It was a regular sized bottle like you would have in your house, so just way too much. So I decided against it. So I don't know if I'll take a shower. I might just wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be in a hotel. Tonight I'm probably gonna retire these pants since I noticed that they have a hole in them, and I'll probably just change into my other pair of pants for the final walk into Aberdeen tomorrow. So just have a long walk now. I'm going to put on some podcast and do my walk. Okay, it's 3:15. I'm back at the campsite. Got my tent behind me. I'm going to go inside, take it easy, maybe take a nap. I'm getting tired. Walked a lot today, and then I'll probably have something to eat. I brought some food, obviously, and go to bed. And tomorrow, finish up in Aberdeen. Well, it's 5:35 local time here at the RV or Caravan Park, as they call it. I just took a shower. Feel great now. Changed clothes, my pants anyway. I'm wearing the gray ones. I threw the dark charcoal ones away. They have a tear or rip on the seat of the pants that I noticed yesterday when I was in town after I got into my room and I took a shower. I took them off and I noticed there was a hole in the back. So I figured I'd hike in them today. I was almost going to hike in them tomorrow, but I figured I'd just get rid of them. I'll wear these. And this way, if I go into a store, I'm not worried that something's showing on my backside, even though I think my pack covers it. So I don't think that was a problem. So I got my tent set up. Obviously, I already ate. I threw all my garbage away. I threw my food away. I'm not going to eat anymore. So I'm basically ready for bed, but it's early. I'm hoping to get up early tomorrow and hike into Aberdeen and finish at the Girdle Ness Lighthouse. So that should be good. I figure it's about 10 miles on the D Trail to get to there, and then maybe like another mile, perhaps, to walk to the lighthouse. I'm not entirely sure. It's quite cold now. It's about 58 degrees. It probably reached a high of like 62, 63 in the middle of the afternoon when the sun came out. But it's been quite a little windy, and over here it's chilly. So I figure it's going to be a cold night, probably in the upper 40s. But I think I'm okay. I'm set. I've obviously been doing well for the last week and a half. So I pretty much have the whole field to myself. It's not very big, but basically this is the whole field. It's supposed to be a play area here for kids, but there's no one here. There's two little cabins that no one's set up in. These people down there that are setting up their tent just arrived, and obviously they're setting up their tent. Other than that, it's an RV park, and a lot of the places are empty because I feel it's during the week. It's May. It's not the high season yet, and probably on the weekend this place probably gets crowded. No one's been in this playground all day that I know of, and there is a game room. They have a pool table in there and a ping pong table in there and a TV I can actually use, and that's open till 10 o'clock. So if I really want to, I can go in there and get indoors, out of the wind. But more importantly, there's a couch on there, which I almost fell asleep on. But there's also power in there too. So I was able to charge my phone up to like 90-something%. And then I finished it up using my power block, which I'm good because tomorrow is my last day. And tomorrow night I will be in a town of some sort. I'll either be in Aberdeen or I'll be in Montrose, depending on what time I arrive. So the plan is to get up like I usually do, whatever time that is, probably early, somewhere between 6 and 7, hit the trail. I have to walk about a mile probably close to it, maybe less than a mile actually, to get to the Deeside Way and then hike into Aberdeen. So I'm really excited about that. I may change my socks out tomorrow too, my other pair of socks, the ones I've been using almost all the time except for the day I got the blister. Have a hole in them now. The ball of my foot has basically worn through. So those socks may be remaining behind here as well. I may throw them out in the morning and I'll wear a new pair, the other pair, for tomorrow's hike. A lot of mixed feelings. It's gone really fast. I can't believe it's almost over. I've walked something like 180 something miles. I did over 17 miles today, you know, between going to town, getting food, and obviously my hike on the Deeside Way. Just, you know, really a lot of mixed feelings, just a flood of emotions, and knowing that tomorrow is the end. I just can't really believe it. But it's been really nice hiking. Scotland's a beautiful country. The people are friendly. A lot of them have, you know, asked questions when they've seen me hiking. Not as many as you think. Most people just say hello to you as I walk by, say good morning or whatever, and that's it. But a couple of them, when they see the pack and the gear, they ask a little question about it, or at certain places I've gone to. So it's been interesting, and obviously my accent gives me away. So, but other than that, it's been a really great time, and it's also been enlightening to me in terms of hiking and my ability. I think this was a very big leap forward to me in confidence and knowing that I can hike, because a lot of the trails here are marked. You really have to navigate yourself using a map, or in this case, I have my maps online. The GPS helps as well. So it does keep me on track a little bit better than maybe a map would be without it. But I have not really had to use my compass. I brought it. It's one of the things I probably would, I almost would want to say I would leave it behind, but it's probably not a good idea to do that. But I've run out of paper maps. Everything's on electronic now at this point. But following the Deeside Way is pretty simple. You really don't need maps for that. So I didn't buy the last map that covers basically the town I'm in now, Peterculter, I mean, or Coulter as most people say it, and then Aberdeen, because it was really just the last like 15 miles, and it's a marked trail. So that's it. So I've rambled on enough now. Probably just going to get in. This will be the last recording for tonight. Next recording will be tomorrow morning. It's Tuesday, and hopefully that'll be the day I march into Aberdeen. Good night.